Right in the heart of a Muslim country, there's a place where women wear short skirts and dance the night away, where they run companies with dozens of male employees. Here, weddings are cooked in massive pots, bread is baked in a one-of-a-kind way, and smiles shine bright with gold teeth. Uzbekistan is strange, vibrant, and full of surprises. Let's dive into 20 jaw-dropping facts about this little-known country. And when you get to fact number 19, ask yourself, could Uzbekistan be your next destination? Top 10 Discoveries, YouTube's #1 discovery channel. General introduction. Located in the heart of Central Asia, Uzbekistan is a landlocked country. But what's fascinating is that it's one of only 2 nations in the world alongside Liechtenstein that are considered doubly landlocked. That means not only does Uzbekistan have no coastline, but none of its neighboring countries do either. Spanning about 450,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of California, Uzbekistan is the 3rd largest country in Central Asia. Behind that number lies a land filled with strange and mysterious stories. The name Uzbekistan means land of the Uzbeks, an ethnic group that makes up over 80% of the more than 35 million people who live there. Even more impressive, the literacy rate is a staggering 99%, rivaling that of the most developed nations. As you wander through Uzbekistan, you'll hear the melodic sound of Uzbek echoing in the streets. But don't be surprised if someone suddenly chats with you in Russian, which is also widely spoken. And imagine this: 265 days of sunshine every year. That bright blue sky, however, isn't always so friendly. In the summer, temperatures can soar past 113 degrees, while in the winter, it gets bone-chilling cold, dropping below 4 degrees Celsius. But it's this harsh climate that holds the secret to producing one of the sweetest melons in the world, a fruit that leaves every traveler in awe. To Uzbek woman. Many people still mistakenly think that Uzbekistan is a conservative Muslim country where women live in hiding, covering their faces, and always bowing their heads in obedience to men. But if you ever take a stroll through the sun-drenched streets of Tashkent on a summer day, those preconceived notions will quickly fade. Here, women confidently wear short skirts, jeans, t-shirts, or open jackets when the temperature hits 104 degrees. Embroidered silk dresses or shawls only appear occasionally during special occasions, like weddings or religious events, much like how people in Milan or Los Angeles wear traditional clothing. During holidays, not as everyday attire. And there's more in big cities. Uzbek women run businesses, teach at universities, work in media, politics, and even lead teams of male employees. A stark contrast to what many might have imagined. When you board the trains or buses, you'll see Uzbek men still holding on to the tradition of offering their seats, opening doors, or helping women carry heavy bags. It's not because they see women as weak, but simply because it's a matter of courtesy. A beautiful tradition that's still very much alive today. Statistics show that 17.5% of politicians in Uzbekistan are women, placing the country in the top 3 post-Soviet nations, with the highest female representation, just behind Belarus and Latvia, and far ahead of Russia, which has a modest 9.8%. Thanks to this progress, more and more Uzbek women are dating and marrying foreigners. The dating process is easy, but marriage can be quite complicated. If you want to learn more about this process, leave a comment with the number 2 below, and we'll share the details. A quiet land containing the desire for independence. Many people mistakenly believe that Karakalpakistan is an independent country in the heart of Central Asia. In reality, Karakalpakistan is an autonomous republic entirely within Uzbekistan. Even more surprising, this region accounts for nearly 40% of Uzbekistan's total land area, though on the world map it is recognized as an inseparable part of the country. Karakalpakistan has a population of about 2 million people, its own parliament and constitution, and at one point had the right to hold a referendum calling for independence. Recently, that right was revoked by the central government, sparking a quiet wave of dissatisfaction. The desire for autonomy among the Karakalpaks therefore has never fully extinguished. This region has its own unique culture, a distinctive Turkic language, vibrant embroidered clothing, traditional domed roofs, and a lifestyle tied to livestock farming and fishing. In the capital Nukus, the Savitsky Art Museum quietly preserves thousands of pioneering works, an artistic treasure. Few would expect, but life in Karakalpakistan isn't easy. There's a lack of resources. Scarce industry and high-rise buildings are rare. Many young people choose to leave in search of better opportunities elsewhere in Uzbekistan. In 2022, when the central government sought to remove the right to secede from the constitution, protests erupted in Karakalpakistan. What do you think about this region? Why do the Karakalpaks yearn for independence so much? Do they have more to gain by staying in Uzbekistan? If you want to learn more, leave a comment with the number 3 below. Food lovers' paradise, Uzbekistan not only captivates with its history and aspirations for autonomy, but also with its distinctive cuisine. The most iconic dish in Uzbekistan is plav fried rice, combined with lamb carrots, onions, and garlic, sometimes with added chickpeas, raisins, or quail eggs. But plav isn't just fried rice. There are over 60 variations across the country. In Tashkent, massive pots of plav large enough to serve over 1,000 people at a wedding are quite common. Uzbekistan even set a Guinness World Record with a plav pot weighing over 7 tons. That's right. The national dish was cooked with a crane. Bread or naan here is almost sacred. It's taboo to place bread upside down or put it on the ground, as it's considered disrespecting the blessings from the heavens. Each region has its own unique style. Some bake bread shaped like the sun. Others use molds to create geometric patterns, turning bread into edible art. And if you think only Europe has unique cheeses, try Kumis fermented mare's milk lightly, white, slightly alcoholic, sour but creamy, a true taste shock for Westerners. Desert dances and year-round festivals in Uzbekistan. Despite being surrounded by barren deserts, Uzbekistan boasts a lively festival calendar throughout the year. The most famous is Navruz, celebrated on March 21st, marking the Persian New Year and the arrival of spring. The entire country bursts with folk dances, giant pots of plov, and sweet sumalak porridge made from young wheat stirred continuously for 24 hours as a purification ritual for the new year. In May, the Silk and Spice Festival in Bukhara takes visitors on a journey back in time to the Silk Road, with stalls of silk pottery, traditional instruments, and parades of extravagant costumes. In the summer, Karakalpakstan celebrates Melon Day, where football-sized melons as sweet as syrup are displayed like treasures. In the fall, the Samarkand Cultural Festival transforms Registan Square into a stage for artists from over 50 countries, showcasing traditional music, folk dances, and fashion shows inspired by Central Asian textiles. In October, the Tashkent International Film Festival lights up Soviet-style cinemas with art films from around the world. Tashkent at night. If you think Uzbekistan has no nightlife, you clearly haven't been to Tashkent. While the city is calm during the day, at night, it comes alive with energy lights and music. The central streets, quiet in the daytime, transform into bustling avenues at night, filled with white Chevrolet cars, the national symbol. Tashkent has everything for a sleepless night. Luxurious rooftop bars with views of the TV tower, cozy Eastern European-style beer pubs with acoustic music, and lively clubs where DJs blend. Deep house with Central Asian melodies. Many places stay open until 3-4 a.m. and 247 cafes are packed with students, young people and couples waiting for dawn because the night is too beautiful to end. Here it's not forbidden for women to go out at night. They dress stylishly, confidently, enjoy cocktails, chat about work or dance under constantly changing LED lights, On the sidewalks, street bands perform, girls singing and clapping, guys playing guitars, and crowds cheering, creating a romantic scene rivaling Paris or Madrid. And if you still think Tashkent sleeps after 11 p.m., take a walk around Timor Square or the old district near Chorsu Bazaar. Late-night food stalls are still open with sizzling kebabs on the grill and laughter echoing under a starry sky. People live in tents or mud houses. Even Uzbekistan's architecture is full of surprises, blending tradition and modernity in its own unique way. If you think buildings in Uzbekistan are either as modern as New York or as historic as Florence, you'll be pleasantly surprised. In rural areas, white felt yurts. Circular tents are still a favorite summer dwelling. Cool, easy to set up, yurts reflect the nomadic spirit of the Uzbek Turkmen, Kazakh, and Kyrgyz ancestors. Sometimes you'll even see them set up in backyards used as tea rooms. A cool retreat or venues for small parties, practical and nostalgic. In cities like Tashkent and Samarkand, the architecture changes but remains distinctive. Due to the high risk of earthquakes, the people here don't build skyscrapers like in Dubai or Tokyo. The tallest buildings are only about 4 or 5 stories, designed to withstand tremors, both safe and keeping the city airy, unlike the cramped feel of many Asian metropolises. And if you think only the West has fairy tale castles, try visiting the wealthy neighborhoods of Uzbekistan. The elite here build mansions straight out of Central Asian legends, granite stone walls, decorative domes, sparkling fountains, and sometimes even golden gates gleaming in the sun. Crime in Uzbekistan. If you're still unsure about safety, the good news is that Uzbekistan is extremely friendly to tourists. It is considered one of the safest countries in Central Asia for travelers. Serious crime is very rare, but you should still be cautious of petty theft in crowded places like markets and public transportation. Keep your personal belongings safe. Avoid carrying large amounts of cash and opt for official taxis or use ride-hailing apps to ensure safety. Carrying your passport or a valid copy is also important, as the police may ask to check your documents at any time. As long as you follow local regulations and stay updated with reliable information, your trip will go smoothly and be filled with amazing experiences. Cost of living. The cost of living in Uzbekistan is among the lowest in the world, especially compared to the standards of the US or Europe. Here you can enjoy a full life for the price of just one dinner in New York each day. For example, a meal at a local restaurant costs around $3 to $5, while a fancy Western-style meal costs between $10 to $15. A cappuccino costs only $1.50, much cheaper than the $5 you'd pay at Starbucks in Los Angeles. Rent is also affordable. A one-bedroom apartment in the heart of Tashkent costs only $250–400 per month, and in the suburbs it's $150–250 utility costs, electricity, water, internet, gas range from $40–60 with high-speed internet only costing $10–15 per month. Bus or subway tickets are just 15–20 cents, and an inner-city taxi ride is usually under $4 if you rent a car. Fuel is also very cheap, only about $2 per gallon, nearly half the price in the US. All in all, a person can live comfortably in Tashkent for just $500–700 per month. Thanks to the low costs, Uzbekistan is gradually becoming a new paradise for retirees, freelancers, and digital nomads from the West. What do you think? Is Uzbekistan a place you'd like to explore or even move to? If yes, comment number 1. If not, type number 0. And if you want to know more about visas, permits, or other requirements, comment number 9. We'll share more. Language and visa. The official language of Uzbekistan is Uzbek, but Russian is also widely spoken, especially in major cities. English is not commonly spoken, so learning a few basic phrases in the local language will be very helpful. As for visas, Uzbekistan has simplified the process by offering an online e-visa system. Travelers from many countries, including Vietnam, can easily and quickly apply for an electronic visa. The e-visa typically lasts for 30 days, and the approval process takes about 3 working days. Visit the official website for more details and to ensure you have all the necessary documents before your trip. Tightrope walking. Who would walk on a thin rope suspended high in the air just for applause? It may sound crazy, but in Uzbekistan it's an art form as respected as football or weddings. The tightrope walking performance called darbos always draws a crowd during major festivals, like Navruz, Independence Day, or summer fairs. Not just for entertainment, many darbos artists can perform at heights of up to 50 meters. Dressed in embroidered white clothing, wearing traditional hats and soft shoes, they walk gracefully as if floating, accompanied by the pounding of drums and the cheers of the audience. Even more fascinating, darbos is an ancient cultural heritage passed down through generations, with families dedicating themselves to it for centuries. So if you're in Uzbekistan and see people staring at the sky instead of their phones, there's probably a hero walking on a tightrope, making the entire crowd hold their breath. And would you dare to watch without closing your eyes? Do all men have multiple wives? You might not